Welcome to Dallas Comic-Con Fan Days 2015. This is episode 5 of Personified. Here at Dallas Comic-Con Fan Days 2015, I ran into some interesting characters. Some well-known, some funny, others just badass. You'll see me walk around, find cool things to look at, harass random strangers with trivia, and give away copies of my book. Also in store are interviews with special guests to see what they are working on now and what they have in store. So grab a drink, do a dance, and settle in for this week's show. Hi everyone, I'm Crystal Ann, and this is artist Ben Dunn.
How do you do?
So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was you worked on Marvel's Mangaverse.
Yes.
Which is huge. That's really great. So that kind of, kicked it off for you.
It was always been my dream to work for Marvel, and I was very lucky to get a chance to do that. It was a very set of fortuitous circumstances that I was able to convince them to pick up the series.
So what started? Like, what happened?
Well, usually Marvel doesn't accept cold submissions, but I went ahead and took a chance. What I did is I put together a package of what I wanted to, how I envisioned it, and I sent it FedEx to Marvel because I knew if I did it that way, someone would receive it.
Someone would receive it. You're right.
Right.
That's smart.
See, so and then I didn't expect anything as far as any reply. But I was surprised. Yes, absolutely. Then I got an email from Joe Quesada, the editor, saying, yes, let's go ahead and develop the series. Fortunately, he said there was a spot, because sometimes Marvel has what is known as a 5th week event, where after they do all the regular books, because they normally do it in the span of 4 weeks, which is a month. Every once in a while, they have a 5th week. And they'll put something out to fill that gap.
Fill the gap.
So it was fortunate that they had a 5th week event they needed to fill a gap with, and they decided to insert the Marvel Mangaverse in that.
Wow,
so that's how I got that in.
That's how it got started.
That's right. So I got started.
Absolutely wonderful. I found online that you'd also been part of the motion picture film A Scanner Darkly.
Yes.
So what did you do on there?
Well, a friend had said there was a call for animators to work on Scanner Darkly. And
which is genius marketing.
Absolutely. They got a ton of people to go. The trick is you had to go to Austin and apply in person. Okay, and bring your resume and show what you could do. So I said, well, what the heck? I don't live that far from Austin. I'll take a chance. I'll go down there.
Why not?
I applied, and about a week later they said, yeah, we want you on board. So I said, oh, great. But, it also needed a commitment of 9 months to be in Austin. So
wow, 9
months.
I
had to relocate to Austin. For
9 months. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you were telling me something earlier. What did you put in the film that if people see it?
Oh, there's one scene where they're in a police station and they push the recording device for an interview. And if you look on the recording device, I put my name on there.
So look for Ben Dunn's name. Did you actually sign it?
I did. You can see it very prominently in that scene.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to check it out.
That's
now.
my little signature moment there.
Very nice. Actually, that kind of brings me around to a point that I noticed about your style is that it's actually like manga meets like Western comic style. So what kind of led you to draw that way, and what really inspires you to draw that way?
Oh, well, I grew up with American comics. I loved American comics, and I always thought American comics was it. There were no other comics beyond the borders of the United States. It never occurred to me that there were people drawing comics in other areas of the world.
Korea, China, Japan.
It never occurred to me, So my father and the family took us back to Taiwan back in 1976, and while I was there, I was exposed to manga for the first time, and it was a very unusual culture shock because they were so different. The first one, the format was different. They weren't the floppies. They were always in these large book
formats.
They were black and white.
Like novels.
That's right. They were more like novels. They were black and white, which was unusual because all I've been ever exposed to was color. And they drew in a very stylized, cartoony fashion, which was but yet it was also realistic the way they drew. When they drew cars, they looked like real cars. When they drew planes, they looked like real planes,
So what are some current projects you're working on right now?
Well, currently I'm working on a book called Science is Magic. That's my newest series. Okay. It's a Kickstarter.
So this is your Kickstarter?
Yes, it's my Kickstarter. It's the first original project I'm doing for Kickstarter. It's a story idea I had back as far as 2008, but I've finally decided to develop as a full-fledged series. And it involves two families. One is a magic-using family, and another was a science-using family.
Oh,
and both of them are diametrically opposed to each other. But once one member on one side and one member on the other side are married, so now the in-laws are forced to live together. So now they have to sort of try to accept each other's beliefs. Even though both of them can't stand.
So radically different.
That's right. Their beliefs are so radically different. It's a story about family and acceptance and trying to go beyond what your normal standards are. Basically. And the kids are trying to adapt to trying to please both sides of the family.
That sounds amazing. I'll have to get a copy of that.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be happy to send you one when it comes out.
Please do. Thank you very much.
And, thank you.
Here on Personified, we welcome you, and I really hope this does well because it sounds amazing.
Well, I hope so too. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Happy birthday! And she's going to answer a question for us. So, what was the main name of the town that Emma was from in Once Upon a Time?
Enchanted Forest. Oh, Providence.
Boom. Awesome. Well, I'm a local author, and this is my book. So, feel free to take it, use your wish, and it's all yours.
I'm excited. I'm going to read it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy it. Hi, I'm Crystal Ann, and I'm here with Ireland Reed today, an amazing cosplayer. So, what are some of the things that really kind of got you into doing this professionally instead of just doing it for fun?
Technically, any day that I'm doing this on the weekend, I consider it fun. I really don't consider it work, honestly.
Really?
Just because some of the things that actually got me into this is I've been making costumes for people, for like Halloween or whatever for the past 14 years, doing theatrical pieces, and a lot of your WBFF, fitness competitors and their theme wear.
Oh, wow.
And it never occurred to me to create something and wear it and actually, come to a convention. I don't know why.
People do this?
I didn't even click, I've always grown up watching other people do it, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, but I never actually thought I could.
It just didn't connect right away.
It just didn't connect. I don't know why. I guess I have too much on my plate. So, it all started for me in 2013, and then it just kind of picked up from there.
What is usually your favorite types of characters you like to embody, usually?
I have such a random personality. To me, I just love the villains.
Yay.
For some reason, I love the villains, and then I love anything that's bright. Anything that I can get neon colors, anywhere from My Little Pony. I just love brightness. And
you could totally pull the villain thing off really, really well. You just got that look ha ha ha.
You're mine.
She's eating that.
So, to me, I love those characters because you have to have such a personality for them. You have to get in the character. And then having 9 years of theater on top of it, I love getting into the role. So, to me it's fun to do the cutesy stuff, but I like where I can get the weapons. I like where I can actually get into the character.
So do you actually try to study up a little bit on posing and whatnot to get into it? Or?
Actually, what's funny is certain characters have their own certain poses. I mean, if you're doing Pokemon, they have their different poses. If you're doing villains, they have their poses. So you have to know about the character before you even do it. And so me, I'm doing characters that I grew up on. So I'm doing the things that I love, and I could just start pulling them out of a little vault. I'm like, I get to be you in public, and people accept this. So to me, you have to know about the character you're doing. That's the most special part of it. You have to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this pose, or I'm gonna do this pose, and you gotta be excited about it. And some of them require you to be in character the whole entire time you're in costume.
So have you ever had anyone try to break that character, like when you're walking around, they just come up and just mess with you?
Sometimes I break it. My like, ADD is like, and I'm like, shiny, oh, cute, cuddly, fleshy. Oh, great, I'm supposed to be me. You know? It's a constant tear of, personalities here.
So what would be some places you would aspire to go to? Like what conventions would you like to go to, and what places would you like to go to doing this, what you love?
Oh my gosh, places is, for me, the sky's the limit. I want to go to more places. I want to go to Spain. I want to go to Germany. I'm going to start getting involved and actually get outside the U.S. I know this is popular in the U.S. and I love it, but I want to see what else is out there. I want to interact with as most people
other cosplayers
as I can. Other cosplayers. It's like we can things back and forth with each other, and it's really cool. I want to just take it all in, like a sponge. If you like, as spongy as I am when I walk into a library, that's how I am when it comes to doing the con world and the whole pop culture thing that it is now. I'm like a sponge. I want to talk to everyone. Oh, what's your feelings on this? How'd you feel when Naruto ended? I like hearing what people
That's what
say.
I like. I like to nerd out with other people at conventions. That's my favorite part, is walking all over. What did you think about this? And this? I can't believe they did that.
I know. So I really wanted to go to Dragon Con, and I actually got to go to that last year.
I have yet to
And
go.
it's like euphoria. You walk in, and everyone is in costume. Everyone is in some type of costume. Everyone is happy. They're talking. And again, like for me, I got all worked up. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Start getting teary-eyed. You're like, oh, this is amazing.
I ate lunch by myself for years. And there's a whole hotel full of people, it's like I'm not alone.
I'm not alone anymore.
So it's amazing to me. And like I said, there's not one specific one. I all of them. And I have to say that everywhere I go is always my favorite. And the reason why I say it's the people that make it. So there's always different people you meet at every different convention. And to me, that's where the heart and soul of it is. So to me, everyone is my favorite.
You're right there with me. That's exactly how I feel. That's the most amazing part about a convention, is meeting everybody.
Right, it's the people. It's knowing that everyone is into the same thing you are. And it's acceptable now.
Oh, and I did want to touch on this. So for people that don't know what it is, and obviously this is a lot of hard work because you can't see it, but I mean, it looks absolutely amazing. So what is it, and what are you playing or portraying today?
So basically what I'm portraying today is a female gender bend Star-Lord, kind of a Ravager lady dress, right? So we want to make sure it's free moving and flowing, right? So you get all the posing and the moves. So I kind of teamed up with Ravenswood Leather, and this is a design that we created in a type of assassin dress with panels that fly out.
Yeah,
so
feel free to show the back. Yeah, I'm curious. Wow, very nice.
And then I had to get my Stanley approved blasters, signature included. So I pulled these out just for this con, so I was pretty excited.
I would too. Are you kidding me? I have that every day. I'd go to Starbucks and I'd be like,
yeah, today
I would like a double shot of
awesome.
vanilla in my mouth.
Because you're hooked on the feeling.
Exactly. While it's playing, have some kind of music.
Be like, I got this. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I really
appreciate
it. Everybody. She's amazing. Check out her.
Thanks, guys.
Which is an
so I got a wife ball.
And I'm going to ask her about Doctor Who, since she's wearing a lovely Doctor Who police costume. So, who is the original actor from the 2006 series in Doctor Who?
David Tennant.
She got it. Here's my book.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure I will.
Okay. And the 2 comes out this week.
All right.
So, thank you for playing.
Thank you for having me.
Bob Litkey. I pronounced it right this time. And we're here to talk about some of his works and some of his critically acclaimed works. And I was reading earlier that there's this series called Template, and it started in '95,
right?
And it ran through until '98,
right?
And there was something that you were telling me that started more in 2002. So what began in 2002? And
well, Template was my entry really into self-publishing, and I started my company, Head Press Publishing, to do it. And that was a sci-fi action-adventure story. And then I did that through '98 and stepped away from publishing for a couple years and kind of came back, kind of drawn back in by an inspiration to do a faith-based graphic novel series called Eyewitness. And to summarize it, what I tell people, it's like Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible meet the Bible, because it basically was telling the story of the birth of the Christian faith from the Passion Week through the Book of Acts, and then running parallel to that was a modern day kind of action thriller with espionage and all kinds of stuff into it. And I created this series as a way to bring the biblical story to a new young public who aren't churchgoers, certainly not Bible readers, and so getting exposed to it in a way and a format they're more accustomed to. And it was something that ended up garnering 5 different indie book awards along the way, and then I was a finalist for 5 others.
And see, Template was also critically acclaimed in '97.
Yeah. By a magazine that then went out of business.
And then, but you know what? What matters is that it was.
Yeah. I agree.
So what are some current projects you're working on, and kind of what you're doing?
Since I wrapped up Eyewitness in 2010, and since then I've become what we affectionately call a con artist, whereas I do, as you see a lot of these works behind us, I just do illustration from things I'm interested in or the fans are interested in, and I do characters, I do celebrities, and put them in great situations, add a little satire, a little humor we're called for, and just create prints and posters. And I tour North America, just selling this kind of stuff.
So, are you originally from this area, or are you from more up north?
No, I live right here in Dallas area, and I've been here for about 30 years.
Oh wow! So
but
literally,
my roots are Milwaukee and Minneapolis, but I came down here after college and basically never left.
Never left. So because I thought I noticed a little bit, I was like, it doesn't sound completely like a Texan accent.
No. People can still hear that Wisconsin in
there
it is.
Somewhere. You know, I am kind of curious. What first got you started into just doing fiction kind of artwork?
Well, because I was promoting my published works, and when the last Eyewitness book came out, I basically was on the con trail for like 6 months after that. And I noticed there were people doing works like this, and so I started just with a couple pieces. I have a Big Lebowski piece I did, my original Bill Murray, and just a couple comic pieces. And I soon learned after a few months I was making a lot more money selling my prints than I was selling my graphic novels.
Oh, no.
And it's like, oh, come on, I spent 10 years on this. Buy it.
This is my baby.
Yeah, and so it's just like that. So I slowly started adding more and more prints, and then I stopped being Robert James Litkey, graphic novelist, and then it soon morphed into Bob the Artist.
Oh yeah, you got to tell it. You got to tell the audience about that.
Well, back in the 2008 election cycle, during that cycle, there was a guy the Republicans brought to all the media called Joe the Plumber, and it became kind of a joke that he was out there just criticizing everything. And so I became Bob the Artist. I'd say, "Hi, I'm Bob the Artist," and everyone kind of got a chuckle out of it because they knew that's what I was going for. And when I needed to create a new website for my printed works, it's like, well, I'll check. Could that be available? And sure enough, BobTheArtist.com was available, so I officially became Bob the Artist. That's right.
I love it. Well, thank you for taking time out of your day.
My pleasure.
I definitely love all of this. I'm going to have to get one myself.
Well, anyone can find any of the prints or posters at BobTheArtist.com, or if you want to check out Eyewitness or Template, that's all on my publishing website,
so it is all there.
headpress.info.
Wonderful. Press.info. Okay, we'll let them know.
All right.
Thank you. Hey guys, I am here with David, and he's going to answer some Sailor Moon trivia for me because I'm pretty sure he's... So what were the 5 original senshi in Sailor Moon?
5 words in a senshi. We have Sailor Moon, Mercury, Mars,
Ding ding ding! Yay! You got it!
That's not all.
Thanks so much for being my victim. And this is for you, and this is my book. It's the first in the series, and it's going to be a 3-part series. Book 2 releases this month, and thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hell's Gates is a book series that I started, and it took around 7 years to fully develop and think about what I wanted the story to portray. The main character, Celeste, is adopted out of Turkey, and what she does is she comes to the States with her new adopted parents. She starts to realize that she sees things that other people don't. Her parents, well, they start putting her through therapy and everything and just telling her that it's adjusting to the States. She goes through all of that. She later realizes that she actually is touched with the supernatural. How? Oh, I don't know. She finds out she's a deity. And her ultimate role in the universe is to decide whether it's destroyed or kept in balance. But the real question is, how does perspective come into play in that? And is everything what it seems? Most of you that have been following my Facebook know that Book 1 was released in summer of 2013, and Book 2 was a little delayed. It'll come out this month, next month, sometime this year, whatever. Some things to expect from me after Book 2's release, which I promise will be this year, is going to be a compendium of all my short stories. And some of you that follow my SoundCloud podcast know that I talked about a potential omnibus of short stories, which I do have some on there. So after Book 2's release, I'll actually be releasing a short stories, and then Book 3, which I'm working on right now.